It's November 21st, 2024. It's November 21st, 2024. I'm Oliver Pichadas Payaolis just tonight to tell you, Mr. Chris Murphy, Senator Chris Murphy and Senator Richard Blumenthal, that you are ignoring Connecticut citizens. You are ignoring Connecticut families. You are ignoring Connecticut community colleges. To create masterpieces, you have to study first. My brother always used to tell me when we went to the museums in New York, and I went from Connecticut to visit him while he was studying at Parsons School of Design in New York. He would always tell me to do my homework. Mr. Senator Chris Murphy, Richard Blumenthal, I did my homework. With the college, Middlesex Community College in Middletown, Connecticut. I did my homework with the college, Capital Community College in Hartford, Connecticut. I did my homework, Mr. Senator. I did my homework. Nobody can be born with talents. It just doesn't happen that way. We live in a world where you have to study. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. So you are ignoring English-speaking Americans in New Jersey who have called your office from their offices, from the sidewalk of New Jersey, walking home, because we don't have time. I cannot travel 3 hours. For 3 hours in a car I don't have a car. I have a driver license. And I also have a driver license from Connecticut. I have 2 driver licenses in the government files of the United States. I have 2 government driver licenses, Connecticut and New Jersey. You can check with the Department of the FBI if Oliver Pichadas Payat has 2 driver licenses from Connecticut and New Jersey. It will be in the file, the copy of my Connecticut license and my New Jersey license. Why don't you comment? I don't understand why senators go on Instagram and Twitter X and they do these things of walking on the streets where there's trucks, heavy trucks full of load, carrying a lot of things, dangerous things on the streets. And there it is, Chris Murphy walking by himself, recording with his cell phone, with hands occupied, in shorts, in sneakers, and just a shirt and a hat under the rain, walking in the most dangerous streets of Connecticut. You don't understand the values of the American flag. You don't understand the values of companies, Mr. Chris Murphy. If you ever need the help, you could hire an American citizen to help you and offer an extra hand to record you in your office or to record you in your sidewalk talking to the people of Connecticut on your yearly walks around Connecticut by yourself. I have a Connecticut driver license, a New Jersey driver license. You don't honor companies around the world and in America that hire drivers to take you places so you don't have to walk on the streets. I can drive you anywhere. I can hold your camera anywhere, Mr. Chris Murphy, Mr. Richard Blumenthal. You could ask the police department of Middletown, Connecticut, Officer Matthew Bloom, Officer David Gowen, Supervisor of the Middletown Police Department, Sebastian, and they will authorize me to take you anywhere in Connecticut. I could be your driver. I could also be your media assistant, social media assistant, video editor, camera worker, advisor, Mr. Chris Murphy. Mr. Chris Murphy, you need to understand that we have values in America and the economy is part of it. You need to hire people. You can't use $174,000 a year just for yourself. You have to use that money to hire workers to work in your office in Hartford, Connecticut. And you need to open more offices in Middletown, Connecticut, in Cranbrook, Connecticut, in Meriden, Connecticut, in New Britain, Connecticut, in New Haven, Connecticut, in Uncasville, Connecticut, in Stamford, in South Windsor, in Bridgeport, Westport. You know, I'm a true Connecticut fan, dude. Look where my brain is at. Let me tell you where my fucking brain is at. For the past few years, I've been looking at on Google the rating when it comes to schools in Connecticut. The ratings. What is the rating when it comes to schools in Connecticut? You know who's number one, Mr. Chris Murphy? Mr. Richard Blumenthal, Mr. Matt Blumenthal, state senator from Connecticut, Westport, Connecticut, because you know where my fucking brain is at? In fucking Connecticut. So you need to follow the values of America and start hiring people to work in your office, Mr. Chris Murphy. Because you cannot walk on the streets by yourself. It's unsafe for the security of the Northeast. Mr. Richard Blumenthal, you cannot deal with the Ukraine situation much longer. You have to give it to somebody else. Connecticut people is the Constitution state America. Connecticut is not for Ukraine, dude. Connecticut is not for Ukraine, dude. Connecticut is for Connecticut and the Northeast. Connecticut is for me. I pay my taxes in Connecticut. I did the work study at Middlesex Community College and work at the library. I was a worker in the library. I will sit and watch college students just study all morning. And they will ask me questions. They will come to my desk. And one adult woman even told you will make beautiful babies. One adult college girl. So that's a cool story. A college girl went to my desk and told me, you will make beautiful babies. That's what a girl in Connecticut told me. A college girl. So let me tell you, Mr. Chris Murphy, you need to hire people like me who are handsome. We are handsome. Just like Mr. Matt Bloomberg is handsome. Blumenthal, I'm sorry. I'm not perfect if I forgot your name for a second. Mr. Matt Blumenthal is a handsome man. Mr. Chris Murphy is a handsome man. Mr. Richard Blumenthal is a handsome man. You need to fight for the handsome man of Connecticut. 10 years of snow fell on my face. 10 years of snow. 10 years of snow fell on my face, on my mixed face. Why I'm so white when it comes to my face? Because 10 years of snow fell on my face. And a college girl once at Middlesex Community College, where I was working as a librarian there for work study, where I was doing fine arts, came to my desk, and she told me that I will make beautiful babies. So you need to listen to Connecticut people. Ukraine doesn't care for you, Mr. Richard Blumenthal. You need to fight for that college girl who told me I will make beautiful babies, because she's an American. That American college girl wanted to make my fucking day, made me so happy. That's the best compliment I got at Middlesex Community College. You will make beautiful babies. So I'm telling you, fight for the missing person, Tomás Eduardo Pichardo España. Fight for the missing person, Leonardo Pichardo España. Because they are priority number one. They are families of Connecticut for 10 years. They are not Ukrainians. They are missing. You need to honor and provide the funding and resources to the homicide unit with the FBI and the missing person unit with the FBI, dude. The FBI cannot function much longer if you don't provide the funding and the resources for the missing person unit with the FBI and the homicide unit with the FBI. We got homicide units in every department of the United States, which means by law in the United States, you cannot ignore, you cannot refuse to report a missing person, you cannot refuse to publish a missing person under the United States flag, under the law. You cannot refuse to publish a missing person. Senator of Connecticut Chris Murphy and Richard Blumenthal is an order given to me by Officer David Goodwin and Officer Matthew Bloom from Middletown, Connecticut. It's a straight order that you must provide the funding with the FBI for missing person unit and for homicide unit who go along and are connected. If a person in the United States go missing, that person may have died. That person may have been a victim of a homicide. You need to fight for the reality and stop playing dumb. Stop playing dumb. Stop playing dumb. All right? Are you gonna fight? Are you gonna fight for Middlesex Community College? Are you gonna fight for Hartford Capital Community College? You know, Jill Biden was the other day talking about community college. Why don't you honor the service of First Lady Jill Biden, who wanted to talk about community college and do a press conference in the White House about Middlesex Community College and Capital Community College? And there was a college girl in Middlesex Community College who told me I will make beautiful babies. So honor that college girl and fight for me and my future and the babies of Oliver Pichardo España, the babies of Tomás Eduardo Pichardo España, and the babies of Leonardo Pichardo España. It's an order. You cannot say no to the orders of Officer David Goodwin from Middletown, Connecticut, and Officer Matthew Bloom from Middletown, Connecticut. Hoorah! You cannot ignore that order. All right? All right. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Oliver Pichardo España.